Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is the Secret Service recordings finally being dropped. Now, this was dropped about, give or take, 2-3 days ago. So, be aware that this is not exactly dropping today, but it is dropping about a couple of days ago. So, take that as you will. So, what we have here is the actual recordings of the Secret Service and all that's been going. So without further ado, we'll get directly into this. But first, we're going to show you this because we have from Carter Bong. Wow, TMZ Studios is doing this. Now we're not going to show the full thing, obviously, because there's no point showing the full thing because there's going to be a little bit of what we're going to be showing here. But I'm going to show you this. TMZ is actually making a documentary.
TMZ Studios has a new documentary that drops on Tubi. It's called Under Fire, the Trump Assassination Attempt. And it is, I think, pretty shocking. We have a number of former Secret Service officials on talking about how shocking the security lapses were.
There was nothing good that I have to say about how those events unfolded.
They talk about a debate that's going on that women were allegedly placed in the position on the stage there, even though they were too short.
Half of those people are women. That is a conscious decision that was made purely for optics purposes. They put him into just as much danger as if they weren't there at all.
Yeah, so that was going on, and this is what TMZ is making. However, we're going to go directly into the news of what actually happened with the radio traffic and stuff like that. So this is unfortunately from the Washington Post. It says, "We lost sight of him. Radio traffic shows failed search for Trump rally shooter." It says, "An urgent message crackled over the radio inside the white trailer, a mobile and communications hub for local police helping to secure former President Donald Trump's July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Just for your information, we had a younger white male, long hair, lurking around the AGR building. A local counter server said at 4:42 p.m., according to his timestamped transcript of encrypted radio communications obtained by the Washington Post, he was viewed with a rangefinder sighting the stage. We lost sight of him. No one from the Secret Service, the agency primarily responsible for protecting Trump, was inside that white trailer to hear the message. According to two law enforcement officials, instead, the federal agency had its own mobile command post with Pennsylvania State Police almost 300 yards away, and had no direct open communication line to the local police hub. The local commander inside the trailer had to pick up his cell phone and dial a state trooper to relay the message," the two officials said. The lack of a direct communication link would later hamper the ability of the Secret Service to quickly grasp the threat posed by a would-be assassin as local police searched for him over the next 29 minutes, resulting in the federal agency's gravest security lapse in decades. A post-examination found at 6:11 p.m., Crooks opened fire from a rooftop, unleashing 8 bullets that left the former President wounded, one rally-goer dead, and 2 others critically injured. Now, we're going to actually go to the transcript here and show you guys kind of what's been going on. It says the transcript and accounts provide the clearest picture yet of the minute-by-minute hunt for Crooks, and show how he evaded police and climbed onto the roof of a nearby building undetected. Police lost track of Crooks for 20 minutes after he was seen with the rangefinder. The transcript shows when he was spotted again walking toward the area where he would gain access to the rooftop of what local police called the AGR building, an officer mischaracterized where he was headed, directing his colleagues to the wrong side of the building. The post-examination also shows that communication between the Secret Service and the local police was disjointed and time-consuming, helping to explain why Secret Service agents closest to Trump were taken by surprise when gunfire erupted. On 3 occasions, a local officer inside the Butler County command post had to relay information about Crooks to the Secret Service hub by cell phone on a day when cell service was bulky and unreliable. So, this is what we're going to have here on this. It says, "I don't have any service." The radio transmission about the suspicious male with a rangefinder set off a flurry of messages between local officers on the ground and supervisors stationed in the Butler County Command Center trailer. "Do you know what color shirt?" one sheriff simply asked. "White shirt with a hat," another answered. In a separate channel for local tackle officers, not audible on the channel used by sheriff's deputies, The counter sniper who first reported the rangefinder was giving a different description. Gray t-shirt, light-colored khaki shorts. The local officers lost track of Crooks and would not see him again for 20 minutes, the transcript shows. Monitoring the encrypted communication channels inside the trailer, located next to a lakeside warehouse to the south of the rally site, was Sergeant Ed Lenz, the tactical commander for the Butler County Mobile Unit. According to the law enforcement official familiar with the police response, he was joined by a deputy commander in the Butler County Emergency Services Unit. A Butler County sheriff, a resurgent, and a county employee, officials said. Lenz did not respond to an email with the detailed questions. When Lenz heard the message about the rangefinder, he used his cell phone to call a state police officer stationed in the Secret Service at 5:44 p.m. According to the official and call logs, state police Senator Joseph Olayer, the call recipient, relayed the information to his Secret Service counterparts in the trailer, the official said. Olayer declined to comment, citing the ongoing investigation. Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner Cole Christopher Paris acknowledged in congressional testimony last month that someone from Butler County's tactical unit had called a state trooper inside the Secret Service command post and then sent a text message with a photograph of Crooks. The state police officer was told to forward the image to a Secret Service number, Paris said. Minutes after Lenz passed on the suspicious person report to the state police sergeant, Lenz radioed to local officers that help was on the way, the transcript shows. PSP and sheriffs should be en route, Lenz told officers on the ground at 5:45 p.m. As reinforcements made their way to help, officers tried to circulate photos of Crooks, but cell phone reception problems got in the way, the transcript shows. This is showing the picture here. If you want to send this at whoever at command, if you have a cell number, sent. They're asking for a direction of travel. Not sure. He was up against the building. If I had to guess, towards the black, away from the event. It goes on to say here that units be advised, internet and call service is down. Another officer on the chat channel said a minute later. Your picture's probably not going to go through because I don't have any service. Around this time, a Butler County tactical officer said he had notified Hercules, a code name for Secret Service counter sniper units, according to the transcript. It's not clear how that communication was sent, but at this point, the Secret Service has said Crooks was considered a suspicious person, not a threat. The search for the suspicious male remained an endeavor mostly left for local police. Lenz enlisted more officers, including police handling traffic on roads outside the rally site. Our Sierra units lost visual of him. Lenz told the traffic control officers at 5:54 p.m. using the code name for the local tactical officers. I believe you guys are outside of that fence if you come upon him. Crooks would resurface 8 minutes later, setting off an intensifying manhunt. Someone's on the roof. At 6:02 p.m., the same local sniper who first radioed in the message about the rangefinder was on the second floor of the building owned by AGR International. From a northwest window facing away from the rally site, he glimpsed the suspect again, just as Trump was preparing to take the podium. So, yeah, this is what's going on here, and all the craziness that's been going on with the, with this, right? And I think the bigger question that we have here is how does this all go down? Like, so for instance, it says Nickel did not respond to requests for comment, but in an interview, Beaver County District Attorney Nathan Bible, whose office oversees the county's tactical team, praised Nickel for removing within the building to look for Crooks, calling it a good old-fashioned police work. He realized somebody needs to find this guy, Bible told the Post. So, yeah, that was what's going on here, and we're going to be talking about this particular here, right? Where it goes on to say, right here, Secret Service agents were scared to shoot Crooks because he hadn't fired, and if they killed him, prosecutors would charge them with murder.
They saw a guy with a rifle. That should be good enough, shouldn't it, to scream,
not in the state of Pennsylvania, Harvey. You're in an open carry state, allowed to carry a gun outside of a secure spot inside of a zone and walk around.
Why does the shooter have to literally get to the point of pointing the gun at the former president before they realize it's a threat?
You want me to just shoot him because he's got a gun?
If there's a gun and a guy on a roof and he's not a police officer, to me, the common sense thing is scream, get Trump on the ground or get Trump out of here now. That's what I would think somebody would scream. It just seems common sense to me.
But I think in the world of safety and protection, you have to take in a lot of stuff, digest it, and assess it in seconds or a fraction of that and make a decision.
How do I know factually, intentionally, what you are getting ready to do? I don't. If you had killed that potential shooter, because that's what it would have been at that time, then you can be able to stand up in court and not be crucified and sent off to jail for a murder. Not an attempt, a murder, because you have no proof that that was what he was getting ready to do.
Was it a failure? No. I understand the tragedies that occurred at that site with somebody dying and losing their life and the injuries, but a protectee of the United States Secret Service is alive. At the end of the day, that's a win.
No, that's insane. So pretty much what happened is they're terrified because of very far left people going after police officers and going to put them in prison for doing their jobs, and they're not because they were going to be afraid to be charged with murder. So again, that's insanity to me. That is complete insane. So they let this person shoot at Trump, and then afterwards they fired because so they couldn't get themselves in trouble. That's completely asinine. Why? It's like they didn't even try to put him down. It's like, this is insane. So at the end of the day, we know that somebody at the end of the line, most likely both of these people, failed at their jobs. They let Trump get shot, and this is where it all came down. It's just crazy to me. So again, what we have here, and we're going to have to zoom in because we can't be showing that picture because, you know, YouTube and their rules and all that great stuff. But what we have is, again, what they go on to say is that documentary reveals shocking interviews with former Secret Service agents. They saw a man with a rifle on the roof. That should be enough, right? You want me to just shoot him because he's got a gun? How do I know factually and incidentally what the shooter was getting ready to do? I mean, I don't think you need to get ready to know or get ready to what he's going to do. You kind of already know he has a gun pointing it at Trump. I mean, at the president. It doesn't really matter. So at the end of the day, you got to take this guy out. This is complete insanity. And these people were scared for being arrested and put in prison because, you know, the far left would go after them for shooting somebody that, you know, that wasn't going to do it. So that's what we have here. This is insane. I think some of these people need to be, obviously, maybe arrested for a little bit in time, because this is all complete insanity. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friend.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, because it's algorithmic disease, the social media.